Say, feel that bass. We gon' shake up this place. Say, pick up that pace. Yeah, we got no time to waste. Everybody say, feel that bass. Yeah, we gon' shake up this place. Pick up that pace. We got no time to waste. Say, dreams to chase. Yeah, we ain't losing this race. Say, we got faith. We know what it's gonna take. Ain't nobody gotta do for me what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Yeah, stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, ain't nobody gotta do for me. Yep, what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Say what? Stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, I said.
Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, guys. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. We are live on our Thursday. Normally, we would be recapping the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but word on the streets, it's not the cast that needed a break. It was the producers. I don't blame them. Look, I don't blame them. Sometimes I need a break too. Just saying. But this is our new. It's not going to happen every Thursday because once we get a better show to recap on Thursdays, it will go back to recapping that show on Thursday. But we're calling today Thirsty Thursdays. Because as you could see from the thumbnail, we have quite a few thirsty people, and we're going to, this is not going to be like Tuesday Takeover, because Tuesday Takeover, we talk about reality TV, we talk about reality TV news, and we talk about pop culture news as a mix. This will be all thirsty people. Look, all the thirsty people, and more specifically, more focus on reality TV and some reality TV news. Before you do anything, be sure to like the video. Be sure to subscribe. It is a subscribers only live chat. Shout out to our subscribers. If you're new, we hit 195,000 subscribers overnight. Yes, come on now. TikTok is watching. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Okay, a lot of things are happening on Twitter. A lot of things. But more specifically, I'm having side conversations about some of the shows that I don't cover here on YouTube. TikTok, if you're not following me on YouTube, subscribe, because I know there's quite a few of you that don't. Look, I get it. You want to watch me where you want to watch me. But if you want longer form videos, lives like this, head on over to YouTube. That way you'll be able to see me direct on into things that I'm showing on screen. Shout out to everyone watching from around the world. I love seeing it. California, New York, North Carolina. What's going on? Shout out Michigan. What's going on? Chicago. Love it, 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 love it. So welcome to Thirsty Thursdays, okay? All right. Naomi said, y'all better leave my girl Robbo alone. Robbo? Shady girl. Shady. Okay, we will get to Robyn and that story in a second. But Thirsty Thursdays will be a combination of Below Deck Adventure and any new reality shows that we're talking about or watching. We're going to talk, this week we're going to talk about Dubai Bling. We're going to talk about Below Deck Adventure, like I said. We're going to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We're also going to be talking about Love is Blind Season 3. I have a lot of thoughts, so I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save it. We'll get to it in a second. But let's start with Below Deck Adventure. I told you about this. Below Deck Adventure, the ratings aren't great. And Below Deck is a powerhouse on Bravo. I know people think it's Real Housewives, and yes, they are, but Below Deck is right behind Real Housewives. It brings in the numbers. But apparently, people are not gravitating to Below Deck Adventure. And rightfully so. I would tell you, I've watched the first 2 episodes, and I'm still sort of like, this cast isn't it for me. But you know who's standing out, and not in a good way? And not in a good way. Oh, Kyle. Kyle, like, I want to root for Kyle because he comes from nothing, and now he's having this opportunity to, you know, be amongst, you know, money and doing things and traveling the world, things that he would have never done, you know, growing up because he grew up poor. But the microaggressions, the rude behavior, the unsolicited flirtation, and look, those I think this was producers telling the guests to tell the captain that he was flirting with Cassie, even though they were the ones rooting it on. I think producers are the ones who told the guests to do that. So I didn't really believe that, but it was awkward. Poor Cassie is just like, and we know in the yachting world, if you've been watching Below Deck, then you know that these cringy things have happened on the show, and I can only imagine the things that we don't see. Things that we don't see. But based off the cast that we have so far, there's not a lot to report right now. This is only episode 2 of Below Deck Adventure. It's a spinoff from this I cannot wait for Below Deck new season to come. I still have not gotten into Below Deck Med. I know. I'm going to. It's just a lot to catch up on. But this one, Kyle, okay, let's just talk about briefly. We start off the episode with Kyle acting like he knows it all, not listening to what Nathan has to say. And that continues throughout the episode. He doesn't want to listen to Nathan. He wants to call Nathan out. He runs to the boss and tells, oh, he was yelling at the guests. He wasn't yelling at the guests. He wants to make sure that the guests had life jackets. Okay, he dropped the ball on that one. But him eating a live jellyfish? What? He literally Kyle goes into the water and takes a jellyfish. He's like, oh, these don't sting. And he eats it. Weirdo behavior. And remember last week I predicted that Kyle doesn't make it to the end of the season because we had that photo. Let me show you the photo. Hold on, where's the photo of the cast? Yeah, here it is. See? You see the photo of the entire cast? Where's Kyle? Which is probably for the best. It's probably for the best that they got rid of Kyle because he's a downer. I told you there's a little something problematic about him. Bye, Kyle. Bye, Kyle. Just saying. All right. We're going to move on because there really wasn't a lot to report. These guests were boring. This cast is boring. But I'm going to keep watching, and we'll keeping them a part of Thirsty Thursdays until we find other things to talk about. For those of you that may have let me take it. Okay, bye, Kyle. Bye, Kyle. For those that missed it on Tuesday Takeover, which we do every Tuesday at the same time, I was telling you about Buy My House on Netflix, hosted by Nina Parker. Go watch it. It reminds me of real estate if you love real estate, but it also gives me Shark Tank because we have these real estate moguls negotiating and you're learning at the same time. And you get to see property of all kinds of levels. You're seeing property at a high end, you're seeing property at a low end. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, some are low end. I'm not trying to say nothing wrong with your house, but some are just not, it's not luxurious. Not all of them are luxurious. And it's easy watch. It's an easy watch. It's only 6 episodes. It's on Netflix. They're not paying me, but they should. Run me a check. You know what, Netflix? You don't have to run me a check. Just make my newly increased Netflix account free. And give us a discount code for the audience. They're not giving anyone a discount code. Has Netflix ever given out a discount code? Damn. And I'm just here promoting their show for free. It's all right. It's all right. All right, let me get into, let me move on. Okay. Danielle says, I love Shark Tank and real estate shows, but I don't like the show. Well, you don't have to pay attention to, y'all came here for me. So y'all trust my opinion. Go watch the show. It will get you into the emotions too, because they're also telling the story. These producers know what they're doing. They're not just giving you houses and real estate and negotiations. They're giving you people's personal stories to get at your heartstrings. Okay? All right. Let's move on to a show that you all told me to watch, and I don't regret watching it. I don't regret watching Dubai Bling. All right, that we lovingly call Bling Dubai. I don't regret watching it, but it wasn't as great as you guys made it out to be. I'm just saying, you guys made it. Look, the best part about this is what you would expect from a Dubai reality show. You're getting fabulous property. You're seeing people live this big life. If you missed our part 1 recap of Dubai Bling and Love is Blind, be sure to check that out. I go through all of the money allegedly that some of these people are making. We found out Ibrahim, the once love of my life. Now I can't stand him. I don't want him anymore. Sidebar. I have my Dubai sources, and I already spilled some tea in part 1. But Ibrahim, just live your truth, allegedly. Just live your truth. And some other people on the cast. I'm still Team Zaina. So the last time that we talked about Dubai Bling, you guys kept on mentioning the coffee scene. I hadn't gotten up to the coffee scene yet. I got to the coffee scene and I could not believe what I was seeing. But can we just talk a little bit about why is her office so small? If you are the queen of Versace, if you are the CEO of this business, if you are, why is your office so small? Look, I understand like in places like Japan, certain spaces are small, but in Dubai, everything is big, allegedly. I'm just saying, why is her office so small? And then her secretary is literally like 2 feet away. You couldn't even have a personal conversation without her hearing. Oh, wait, why didn't someone tell me this before? I couldn't change the audio to English here in Canada. I have to say that was one of my struggles because you guys know I love to multitask. So sometimes when I'm trying to do something and watch Dubai Bling, I couldn't because I had to pay attention because they were speaking Arabic a lot. So I was just like, and Arabic is a beautiful language, but at the same, I don't speak it. So I had to really pay attention. So there was some stuff lost in translation or lost because I wasn't paying attention. Damn. But, all right. It was an okay show. But I have to tell you this. It was no Young, Famous, and African. Remember Young, Famous, and African on Netflix that we recapped? It was not that. What it did give was the luxurious life, the big money. But I wasn't entertained. It lacked story. But that coffee scene, I did not see that coming. Okay, for those that did not watch it. So there's this coffee scene. So first of all, Safa and Zaina show up at Ibrahim's job to confront him on being messy and two-faced, okay? But they didn't throw coffee on him. They weren't like yelling at him at his business. Okay, so he decides to show up with Dana, whatever her name is. Unimportant. I really didn't care for her, even though I got so much tea on her. I got so much tea on Dina, whatever, Diva D. She's such a non-factor. I don't even care about talking about the tea on her. That's how bad. Damn. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. I don't even care. So they show up. Ibrahim and Diva D show up to Queen of Versace's closet. Not even her closet. I don't know what that is. The washroom. That small office. I was claustrophobic every time we were in her office. How are you the boss and that's your office? In Dubai. If this was, like I said, if this was Japan, because Japan, or even Europe. But I was just like, this is small. Okay? So they show up. Diva D and Ibrahim show up. They show up to her office and they're confronting her. Ibrahim, who could technically buy her business, comes there to be shady and a messy queen.
How you doing?
I'm just saying. He was being very messy. I've come here to buy the business. And she's like, no, it's not for sale. It's not for sale. She says, it's not for sale. He's like, you are not the owner. You are just a CEO. I want to buy the business. So he's being messy. A messy queen. Okay, how you doing? He was being messy. But it got real messy because Diva D decides, I'm going to leave my coffee right here. And yes, I know Queen of Versace, Zaina, she was going to push the coffee and it turns into a physical fight between the two of them. But there's coffee everywhere in this small closet of an office. Coffee everywhere. I felt for her, though. I felt for Zaina. I felt for her. Just anyone else, I felt for her because she was in this small, to me, she was trapped. She was trapped in that office. She was trapped in the closet. Sorry, I had to use that as no. Poor thing where could she go? Where could poor Zaina go in her office? Poor Zaina couldn't go anywhere. So that becomes a big thing. Later on in the season, that's all they're talking about. I could care less about everyone else's scenes. Even the wedding at the end, we get Chris Fade's wedding. I got a lot of tea on Chris Fade. Watch part 1 of my recap of Dubai Bling. He's not as sweet as he pretends to be, allegedly. Just saying. But even their wedding, I was like, who cares? Lojane, the nice one, not the young, weird one. She was definitely the sweet one. She was definitely the more balanced personality amongst this group of people. A little boring, but I mean, look, everyone needs a little something. The storyline reuniting LJ with her mom, I don't care. I mean, I'm being honest with you. I don't care. So for me, Dubai Bling, do I think you should watch it? If you want to see some nice property, but honestly, not that interesting. Besides that coffee scene. What episode was coffee scene, y'all? Remind me. That way people can just go to the coffee scene. But I fell for Queen of Versace. Beautiful woman. Zaina is a beautiful woman. I don't care what anyone says, okay? Beautiful. All right. And then that's LJ on the left. But this cast, I have to say, Ibrahim lived up to reality TV gold. Like, he was good for reality TV. You know who also, shout out to the producers, Real Housewives of Dubai. I know you watch. Safa, we need to cast her for Real Housewives of Dubai. Pay her what you need. She's a terrible human being. The way she spoke to her husband, the way she treated her husband, terrible. But it would have been great for Real Housewives of Dubai. She apparently is living that life. Book her now. Book her. Safa is a terrible human being. At the end of the episode, we find out that she is pregnant. You know, that was a big storyline during the season. But Safa is a terrible person. But when she talked about her daughter wearing the basic t-shirt, and she's like, why didn't he notice? She would never wear something that basic. I was like, you know what? Bravo. Do what you need to do. Go cast Safa. I'm sure she's had conversations. That's the thing about these reality shows. A lot of these reality shows that happen in similar areas, a lot of these housewives, a lot of these women and men, Ibrahim, are auditioning to be on this because they want to be famous no matter how much money they have. No matter how much money they have. All right, guys, if you just joining us, this is our Thirsty Thursdays. Welcome to Thirsty Thursdays. Speaking of thirsty, oh, and there goes my coffee. Don't forget to get your coldest water bottle, but they don't just have water bottles on their website. They have all the things. They have sheets, they have pillows, they have things for your pets. They have ice packs, they have coolers. Head on over to coldest.com, but don't forget to use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off of your order. More information is available in the description of this video. All right. Speaking of which, don't forget, until tomorrow, my half birthday, it is a thing here, okay? Tomorrow, 11/11/2022. That's a powerful day. Thank you so much, Des, for the roses. Kempire 10, different than the coldest water discount. Kempire 10 for 10% off your order at houseofkempire.com. You can get merch just like this, but there's other stuff. But it's only available for a limited time. So go get your things today. All right? All right. Anything else that I wanted to say about Dubai Bling? I don't think that it was as great as everyone made it out to be honest with you. I just felt like it was these rich people making up drama where there really was no drama. Zaina and Ibrahim were going at it. He made a public apology to her and then was backtracking. It was because his mom told him to do it. But the funny thing is, all the tea that I heard about some of the people from this cast, I was like, those stories would make a more interesting season. I can't wait for Young African and Young Famous and African to come back. They're filming. Their new season's supposed to come back in 2023. Stay tuned for those recaps. They were just so great. Just like natural drama. Natural. Just like, you know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you all for the birthdays and wishes. Jasmine, your birthday is today. Happy birthday, Jasmine. Hold on. There we go. Happy birthday, Jasmine. Shout out to anyone celebrating a birthday. Happy Scorpio season. All right. Let me focus. Wow, Mama Allie, thank you so much for being a member of the channel for almost a year. Okay. Thank you. All right. Wait. Oh, so that means today is my half birthday, Kempire. Yay. Oh, wait, because your birthday's May 11 too? I forgot about that, Mama Allie. Okay. Let me get to some super chats and then we will move on to the next show. Guys, if you're just joining us, we've implemented a new show, Thirsty Thursdays, because we're talking about some of your favorite thirstiest people on reality TV. All right. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. What's going on, Cassandra? She's watching in France. Darlene. Hey, what's going on? Shout out to Pink Lady watching on Twitch. I appreciate you all being here. All right. Let me just get to some super chats. Hold on. Did I save this? I did. Okay. Let me just say thank you. We got a couple of super chats, guys. And we have almost 900 people watching on YouTube alone. We have quite a few people watching on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. And we have quite a few people watching backstage on Facebook. Des, thank you so much for all the roses. And thank you to everyone tapping your screens on TikTok. We appreciate you. Let me just say thank you. We had quite a few super chats. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, no to anything below deck, but support your... I love Below Deck. I'm not loving Below Deck Adventure. Sorry. All right. Julie, thank you for the super chat. Okay. Jamila, thank you so much for the super chat. Jamila says, thanks for letting us hang out with you. Thank you for hanging out with me. You don't need to thank me to hang out with me. And guys, if you missed it, I was hanging out with Up and Adam earlier on his channel, recapping the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Go check out that conversation when you get a chance. Shayla, thank you so much for the super chat. Shayla says, hi, Kempire. I've been listening to your channel for a year now, and I love it. Glad I'm a member now. Shayla, thank you so much for being a member and for supporting. Again, guys, you don't have to be a member to support. Watching, sharing, telling people to watch helps support the channel too. But shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. We appreciate you. Help us keep the lights on to keep elevating all the things that you see us do here on the channel, including like our sound effects.
I'm innocent!
Oh. We will get to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in a second. Thank you so much, Shayla, for the super chat. Julie, thank you so much for another super chat. Julie says, sidebar, need to be a part of the replay crew, but sports talk. Shout out to my fellow Buffalonians. There we go. Go Vikings. Josh Allen is too hurt. Happy Thursday. I have no idea. That was you. It was like you were speaking a whole other language, and I'm not saying that to be cute. I really have no idea what you just said. I'm sure it's related to sports on some level. Seven, thank you so much for the super chat. Seven says, the coffee scene at Zaina's office was A1. Can we please talk about how even in a fight, her expression remained the same? You have such a point. I love her, though. I love her. And still snatched homegirl up and hit her upside her head with the bag. I forgot about that. You're right. I mean, she held it down, being in that little small crawl space that she calls an office. Just saying. Seven, thank you so much. Every time I see your picture, Seven, that is hilarious. Ebony, thank you so much for the super chat. Ebony says, happy Thursday. Thanks for brightening up my whack work day. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Not the whack work day. Okay. Seven, thank you so much for another super chat. Seven says, the show didn't give Real Housewives Dubai, if I'm being honest. The show didn't give Real Housewives Dubai, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Look. I was more interested in Real Housewives Dubai than Dubai Bling, to be honest. I don't know what it was. Something was lacking there that we didn't get, but here we are. Let me just save these super chats. Hold on. And thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We appreciate it. Let me just save that. There we go. And shout out to my mods, guys. Don't forget to say hello to the mods. This is a thankless job, so be sure to thank them. All right. O'Shea, thank you. Oh, wait. Let me bring that back up. O'Shea. There we go. Thank you for the super chat. O'Shea says, Kempire doing his part for charity and getting me, and I'm sure others, to watch these shows. Oh my God. No, well, you know what? The majority of the shows that we're talking about during our Thirsty Thursday live show are shows that I do for the most part enjoy. Okay, but Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I had to add more shows because I was just like, there's not enough for me to talk about or to go live about. But I know you guys want me to go live and talk about these shows. Okay. Brooklyn Star, thank you for being a member for over 7 months. She says, I think Real Housewives of Dubai needs these kind of Emirati women. I agree with that. That's the first thing that caught me with Dubai Bling, was the fact that we had quite a few Emirati or Middle Eastern women on the show. I think that's what it's lacking. And I heard that there were women that did audition for Real Housewives of Dubai that were Emirati, and it just didn't work out because of the type of show it was going to be. Okay. Judy, thank you so much for the super chat and always supporting and watching us on multiple platforms. Sidebar, Judy, I forgot to make you a mod here. Hold on, Judy. Let me make you a mod here. I forgot. Judy mods on my TikTok, but she also, I want to make sure she's a mod here. So thank you for modding as well, Judy. Judy, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, happy birthday to all my Scorpio peeps. Mine was, your birthday was yesterday? How did we miss it? Did you mention it in the Discord? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Judy. I didn't realize you were a Scorpio. Thank you for the super chat, Judy. You did not have to do that, but happy belated birthday. Tiff, thank you so much for the super chat. Tiff says, happy half birthday. Robyn, this new to her. Jen Shah needs the award for real. Thank you, Tiff, for the super chat. We appreciate you. Okay. All right. Guys, we have almost 900 people watching. Let's get to 400 likes. Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, shout out to anyone that sends in super chats, that sends in cash apps, Venmos, PayPals. Thank you. We normally see that after the live, so thank you for the support any way that you can. All right, moving on. Because Thirsty Thursdays got me dry in the mouth. Okay? All right. Where do I want to go? Okay, because someone mentioned Robyn, let's talk about Robyn Dixon. So Robyn Dixon is not having a good week. All right? She's not having a good week, and it's because of a combination of things. So the conversation around colorism and the Real Housewives of Potomac is happening. And here's the thing. I get where people are coming from when they say, especially this week in the episode, when Robyn insists that she's not aggressive. And we know that there have been countless times in over the seasons where Robyn has been aggressive, but editors decided not to include those moments. But they did include that she was lying about Charisse stopping her. So she's receiving a lot of backlash, along with producers and editors are receiving a lot of backlash for not, highlighting those moments. And they think that the reason why they're doing that is to protect Robyn because she's lighter skinned. I agree with Candace. Candace tweeted, I forgot her exact tweet, I'm going to paraphrase, but they're saying very much like what we said during our weekly recap with Layla Lynn and Grace Report. I found it weird that they kept on saying that Dr. Wendy Asefo was very condescending, and they had these side conversations, and I'm thinking to myself, how is she I'm like, roll the tape. I'm trying to understand how she is different than the rest of the cast and how they behave on the show. So that's where I do agree with Candace in that moment, because I'm just like, why are we having these side conversations about Dr. Wendy being condescending? And okay, the first season where Dr. Wendy kept on saying, you're going to call me doctor, and I have 4 degrees. Okay, I can see that, but I'm like, are we missing something here? Why do you feel that she's condescending versus what everyone else does on the show? So that conversation is happening on social media. And then, if you missed the story that I did on Juan Dixon being named in a lawsuit about, again, we can't get into the gory details of what's said in this lawsuit, but they're saying that he dropped the ball on reporting accusations that a student had been harassed, assaulted, allegedly, by the now former assistant coach. And in this lawsuit and complaint, they're saying that Juan Dixon was aware, and even was aware of the former assistant coach's mental health issues and behavior, and did nothing. This is what's being alleged. We don't know that this is fact. I do hope that Juan Dixon covered himself, because it could be Juan did report it and they did nothing about it. We don't know. This is why lawsuits happen, so that there are investigations. But a lot of people are saying, including myself, okay, we got very little of Juan Dixon over the years. I don't think that we're going to see Juan Dixon on this show, if he even keeps his job, because I could see the university saying, this story is even bigger because you are married to Robyn Dixon, because you're on this reality show. It's not right, but they can be like, well, you didn't do your job, you didn't report, you didn't. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not wishing this on him at all, but it wouldn't be surprised if they let him go for a variety of reasons. Because now this is a bigger story. And again, if you missed the story that I did on this, check out the video. I broke all of the details of what is said in this complaint against Juan Dixon and how he dropped the ball. As someone that has worked in human resources, that has worked with allegations like this before, people in those positions, specifically Juan, are mandated to report them. So I'm hoping that Juan didn't just take this like they used to do back in the day, where like it's all right, and just put it under a rug because you need this star player. I still don't understand, though, this former assistant coach who was a former student and player, why he had this position of power as an assistant coach and a director of this and that. And I'm like, why is this guy in this position? It makes me wonder, was he a star player when he was at Coppin State? And that's why they gave him this position? So like, there's so much more to unpack. But I wanted to mention it here because I will be dropping the call-in link so you guys can finally share your thoughts on it, because I did a pre-recorded video talking about it a couple of days ago. This doesn't look good. And I see all the comments, everyone saying, oh, this is why Robyn is acting the way that she's acting this season. Well, no, this is all coming out after the season has filmed. Robyn has just always been this way. Robyn has always been this way. Roll the tape, producers. And then, look, okay, Andy, I'm sorry, but I have to go here. We know there's going to be a conversation about colorism all at the reunion. We know there's going to be a conversation about colorism at the reunion. Andy Cohen's going to moderate this conversation on colorism? Just saying. All right. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our new show every Thursday called Thirsty Thursdays. We'll do it until a real good show comes back, where we're going to cover reality TV news. We've already talked about Dubai Bling. We talked about Below Deck Adventure. We will be getting into Love is Blind. And we're going to get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We haven't forgotten about Salt Lake City. We haven't given up on Salt Lake City. We are going to get into it. All right, let me just say thank you for the super chat so that we don't miss out on them. Let me start from here. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, leaving now, but regarding Salt Lake City, Heather is getting on my last nerve, along with Robyn and huge NFL game in Buffalo Sunday. You're starting to sound like Sharon, and when she says in super chats, Bills versus Vikings, Bills superstar quarterback is hurt. A lot of Buffalo peeps listening. Thanks, Julie. Confused. Very confused, and I'm not even playing. I'm like, I don't know. Thank you for the super chat, Danielle. Danielle says, Juan and Robyn were out at a school gala on Sunday. I will put the pics in Discord. I mean, she's gonna stand beside him. Look, she's gonna stand beside him. I mean, look, it's important for me to emphasize that Juan is named in this, but the most damning accusations are not against Juan Dixon. Juan Dixon allegedly dropped the ball in reporting what he should have done as a mandated reporter at the school. Okay? So that I just want to make sure we emphasize that. Okay? Let me just save these so I can get to these in a second. All right. Yeah, Sarah says, good point. Andy isn't fit to do that in regards to a colorism conversation. Just saying. And when I say that, I'm not trying to get the job. What I'm saying is that, no, you should put someone there that is well-educated, knows the history of colorism and racism in that position to handle those conversations. Or at least take a class, Andy, or something. All right, let me get to these super chats and take a quick little break. Y'all know when I drink a lot of coffee and tea. And mind you, I only have one cup of coffee. But it is what it is. All right. Let me just get to these super chats and say thank you. And guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Rasani, thank you so much for this super chat. Wow. Dubai Bling is good for the people that speak Arabic on international level. We would need to speak more English and sprinkle in the Arabic. It takes away from the scene. We're too busy reading, so we can't watch. Sorry, my opinion. I get what you're saying, and I don't think that you're being like nasty about it. I think I get what you're saying. There is a lot of Arabic spoken in it, and like I said, sometimes if you're not paying attention or if you're reading, you're missing out on facial expressions or little things that you should be paying attention to. So I get that. And maybe that's why because remember with young African and young famous and African, they were speaking their native tongue too. But it was sort of like a mix. You know what I mean? I feel like it wasn't as much as we see in Dubai Bling. Okay. 7, thank you so much for the super chat. 7 says, now it's time to see what Jizzy is really made of, and if she brings up Juan's drama next season for her storyline. She's not going to do that. She's not going to do it. Honestly, and if she does, she's going to do it with kid gloves. Watch. Kia, thank you so much for the super chat. Kia says, the fact that RHOP spent a whole season talking about Monique and Candace's aggressiveness, but not Robyn's. That part. Like, y'all know I twerk on the fence regularly, but when you point out the obvious, especially in these last couple of episodes, it's sort of like, oh, because I remember those moments with Robyn. Okay. Hey, Callie Real. Thank you so much for the super chat. Callie Real says, happy half birthday, Kempire. I finally caught it live. Love your news. You are my go-to. Thank you, Callie. Appreciate you and appreciate you being here. And I love when you guys say that you're happy that you caught alive. And we almost canceled our lives because Salt Lake City is so. And thank you so much. That is such a cute puppy. Thank you for the super chat. Kempire, you are the best. Love your show. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And you sent another super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And if I missed your super chat, guys, I apologize. So let me, because I think I missed one. Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. Did I think you? Oh no, I read yours already. Danielle, thank you for the super chat. Says Juan is definitely going to lose. Damn, going to lose his job now. Danielle, can you call in and explain why you think that? Because I know you have a background in HR. Can you call in and explain that? Oh, damn. Whew. She has more history in HR than I do. So that's why. Ashley, thank you so much for the super chat. Ashley says, RHOP production cast Andy, mainly Giselle, Monique, an apology. The way the season is going reminds me of the horrible season 9 of RHOA. Wow. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. All right. I'm going to get this next super chat, guys, and then I got to take a little bit of a break. Okay? A little bit of a break. And then we're going to get into Love is Blind Season 3. I have a lot of thoughts. What time is it? Do you have time? I know some of you are on your lunch break or working from home or working in the office. Do we have time? I need to get into Love is Blind Season 3, that finale and that reunion. We need to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I think we're going to get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City next. You guys let me know in the chat. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City next or Love is Blind next? You let me know in the live chat. Yeah, and I'm going to take a quick little bit break. So we're going to have a little bit of a music break. Don't forget to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. We have over 1,000 people on YouTube alone. Appreciate you all taking time out of your day to be here with us to have a conversation, a grown folks conversation, and respectful of each other, okay? All right, let's get out of here. No, I'm not getting out of here. Don't go anywhere. I said, let me go take a little break. I'll be right back. Someone, Angelique said, we got time. Angelique, you are the main person that watches us at work. Am I telling your business? No, you've called us from work. Okay. All right, let's take a quick little bit. See, Auntie, this is exactly what I was thinking. Auntie says, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, next, get over with. To get it over with. I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back. And what I'm going to post up, hold on, let me just post this up. All right, I'm gonna play one of our favorite songs. Let's go.
You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, I know. I just want you to know. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing, I know. I just want you to know. Something you and me, oh. You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. You both got my best life, yeah. Something you and me, we both got some of best life, yeah. We both got some of best life, yeah. We both got some of best life, yeah. Something you and me, we both got some of best life, yeah.
Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. This is our Thirsty Thursdays where we're covering a variety of thirsty people in reality TV. And it's a mashup, another mashup. You guys have been asking for more live shows, so here we are. And a lot of you said that you wanted us to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So let's get into that, and then we will get into Love is Blind, because I do have a lot to say about this season, okay? And if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. That, of course, was Brasko with Best Life. It's one of the most requested songs here on the channel. So be sure to check that and stream that out. All right, let's move on. Let me just say thank you. We had a couple of super chats. Seven, thank you so much for the super chat. Seven says, I don't mean to jump ahead, but ain't it crazy how Heather could push somebody twice on camera and I haven't seen a tweet yet calling her aggressive? Seven, did you see my tweet last night? Or is it this morning? I can't remember. I agree. The amount of times that she's pushed Whitney, and look, Whitney's not innocent. However, the amount of times that and I was just like, why is she pushing her like that? And I literally said the same thing, Seven. Thank you for bringing that up. And this is not jumping ahead, because we're going to get into the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City now, because I know some of you are here for that, right? You're here for that. Sharon, thank you so much for being a member for 13 months. She says, Chiefs are coming for you, Buffalo, the big payback. Y'all, in these sports talk. Okay. Lady D. Hannah, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Kempire, here you go again, helping me get through another family loss. Oh, my sister just suddenly passed. This is a welcome distraction. Found your YouTube when my mother died. Lady D, I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh, man. When you guys say stuff like this to me, it's such a confirmation that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm very sorry for your loss, but you know, if you've been watching this channel this long, you know what I always say when someone passes. This is a reminder to the living to live even bigger, louder, and more fully. So we are sending you our love during this tragic time. I also have lost a sister quite a few years ago, and she was quite young at the time. So sorry for your loss, and thank you so much for the super chat and supporting the channel. Woo! Wow. Back to this. Salt Lake City. If you watched my recap with Up and Adam earlier this morning, you already have an idea how I feel about the season so far. And it's so funny to me because I do see people on social media that say this is like their best season, and I'm like, really? I said maybe I am just been doing this too long. Maybe I'm just really just tainted by it all. And then I watched it and I was like, no, this is not a good season so far. It's only episode 7. It's only episode 7. But it's not a good season. It's not. Okay, let me open up, because I did take notes. I did take notes about this episode. So we are still at Heather, because Heather has this whole audition situation because she wants to start a choir. Oh, producers. I feel for the producers because they're really trying. They're really trying. And so is Jen Shah. So as you know, Jen Shah's story this season is we're going to ignore that she might be going to prison. We now know she's going to prison. But I do like seeing Jen Shah because I have to say last week's episode, her being fun and getting on the loudspeaker and having a good time and rallying up the troops. Like those moments, like Jen Shah is the star. She's been the star of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City since season 1. Even more than Mary Cosby, and I've said that. Mary Cosby had the most quirky moments, but Jen Shah is the star, okay? So I'm a little worried for them once she's gone because you lost Mary Cosby and now you're about to lose Jen Shah. Depending on when Jen Shah goes to prison. But word on the street is Jen Shah has not been invited to the reunion. So she's not invited to the reunion. They're not going to invite her to a season 4. And a lot of people are calling Bravo out for the hypocrisy because they did have Teresa Giudice, who admitted as well and serve time. I know it's apples and oranges a little bit because of the level and the Teresa's a little less than smart. Sidebar, have you guys listened to Teresa's podcast? I just listened to the interviews for Teresa Giudice's podcast, and I'm already saying to myself what I originally said when they announced the podcast. I'm not listening to that. But she's confirming, okay, we're just doing a little sidebar, y'all. She's confirming what we already heard Carlos King say, that she was blindsided by the Gorgas coming on the show. She says she wouldn't have done the show if her family was going to be on the show. And Carlos confirmed that. So she confirmed it when she interviewed with Carlos this week. The Gorgas, you're going outside. Look, I don't always love Teresa, even though she's my Taurus sister, but I believe Teresa. Because one thing Tauruses are not, we are not liars. Melissa and Joe, I hope you guys are stacking your coin. I can see them maybe one more season after this season, but that would be it. Back to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Jen Shah's going to jail. So, look, she is for stealing from elderly people. Why do people get mad when we make those jokes about inmate Shah and she's the one who stole from elderly people? I didn't steal from elderly people. She did. But will we miss her on this show? Yup. Sorry. I will miss her on the show. But the theatrics that she showed at this audition to Angie H, it felt a little put on. But Angie H, you're not innocent here. You saying that I didn't do it. I didn't know about it. You knew about it. You and Angie K pointing it out that, well, she would like, the comments as soon as they would comment. Sidebar, I don't know. How are we feeling about Angie K? I don't know. We've seen her, but we barely heard her until this week. But let me tell you one thing. Let a mother father tell me to shut up, especially on camera in front of other grown folks. Angie, that was your opportunity to step up. But I think Angie has already an alliance with Jen Shah, so she doesn't want to ruffle any feathers. But you're not going to tell me to shut up. You better apologize. Shut up. Sometimes the theatrics of Jen Shah sometimes are just so annoying. It's just like, girl, you're doing a little too much. And I feel like she was doing a little too much in this moment. But Heather Gay coming out, trying to simmer the whole situation. And when Angie H says to her, do you know my husband to be a bad person? No, Heather, this is your opportunity to be like, I don't know him to be a bad person. However, what he did in this regard was not good. Was not good. And maybe she said it and they edited it out. Then we get to the auditions. Lisa, Lisa, you would be perfect in a choir, but do not give up your day job. Whatever that might be. I know Vida Tequila, but no one can find it. Can next season, especially if Jen's no longer a part, can we go to the factory in Mexico? I don't even know. I don't even care. And I do feel like that scene where they order Vida Tequila at that restaurant was definitely pre-produced, definitely planned. Because Adam even confirmed, he's like, it's hard to find Vida Tequila. At one point last year or earlier this year, Lisa responded to a comment that I posted in one of the fan pages saying that no one can find Vida Tequila. And she was like, that's not true. I don't even know what to press for her right now.
That's really upsetting to me, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't say that.
No, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. So the alliances among these women are shifting tremendously because we saw Heather and Jen having each other's back, last season. And I'm really looking at you, Heather, with the side eye. I still feel like you're a sniper from the side. I do believe that you're talking behind these women's back a lot and playing both sides of the fence. I do believe that. But at the same time, it's hard to ride for Whitney because we catch Whitney out there doing too much. We catch Whitney exaggerating what was said. We catch Whitney trying to pre-produce moments. So it's hard to defend you, Whitney, because you're not credible. You're not credible. So this back and forth between Lisa and Heather, that also, when Heather says, you don't have any friends left. And it's like, who here is my friend? And who's not my friend? And Heather and Angie raises their hands. Even Meredith didn't raise her hand. I thought that was very classy of you, Meredith. I thought that was very classy of you. Because we know that you guys are no longer friends because of this.
My husband, her and a dumb family that poses. Why don't you own a house? Wait, you can't. Because your husband changes jobs every 5 minutes? Fake you married is a piece of I have your back and I'm offended by that. You, that piece of garbage whore. I hate her. She's a whore. She's half of New York. She go herself.
Damn. Every time I hear that, I'm like, damn, Lisa, you really went in. You really went in. It makes me really wonder the dynamics of this of that friendship. Like, what was it? Was it even ever a friendship, or was it just a friendship for the show? Look.
We're on appeal for legal reasons.
All right, guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Thirsty Thursday where we cover a variety of reality TV news, and just, kiki about it. You will have an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts in just a second. Right now, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and I'm not going to go through every scene. Sidebar, Meredith, I don't want to see, I much rather see Meredith in a bathtub by herself than her being in a bathtub with Seth and him talking about her touching his taint or putting her toe up his you-know-what. I don't want to hear it, see it, and I don't want to even... The weirdest couple ever. The weirdest couple ever. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. Okay. Sidebar. Did we notice how Coordinator Shah got heated? And I don't blame him because, I respect it because I agree with him in this regard. Why would Angie H's husband create a Finsta Shah exposed to troll Lisa? And I don't even think she trolled Jen with that account. But why would a grown man do that? It changed my whole opinion of this man. Like, I already had an opinion of Angie H, but this guy that we were first introduced to doing really great things, I was like, oh, wow, he seems like a nice husband. And then doing this, trolling and bullying. Sidebar, last week we talked about how Lisa Barlow tagged his place of work on social media, and then everyone was like, that's too far. I mean, it is too far. They already will see it on television. They will already see it on television. You didn't need to tag. That was very Karen-ish. Just saying, Lisa. Just saying. Oh. Okay. Let me just say thank you, guys. We have quite a few super chats, and I appreciate you all sending in super chats. It helps support the channel. Auntie, thank you so much for super chats. Says Angie K is already annoying. Just me? Nope. Not just you. Not just you. She's that's the other Angie, the newest Angie. Her chiming in, getting involved in that moment. Like, I want her to be active and involved. It just didn't land well. And Dana, you were just sort of like standing there, and apparently you had an opinion. We will see that next week. I'm like, what's happening, girl? What's happening? Shan, thank you so much for the super chat. Shan says, Angie K seems too nice to be on reality TV. I don't think she's about the drama. It's giving trying too hard. Yeah, that might be it. Oh, but the thing is, they have these 3 newbies. I mean, Angie H is not so much a newbie, but they have these 3 newbies, and it's like, not one of them could replace a Jen Shah. All 3 of them couldn't replace a Jen Shah. All 3. Producers, what are we doing? Oh, man. All right. So, Seven, who sent in the super chat earlier, pointed out aggression that we saw from Heather Gay multiple times during this episode. Well, during this season. So Heather, her storyline this season, she's opening a new beauty lab. It's at a bigger location. We get to see that scene. Nothing seen, whatever. I mean, all we did was go there. We really didn't see any progression. It looks like it'll be a while before she's actually in there. Sidebar, Caroline Brooks from the Real Housewives of Dubai, she opened up the glass house. It's gorgeous. Did anyone see that on her social media? It's really nice. That chandelier alone, I was like, whoa. Dubai. That's why I was expecting more from Zaina's office. Like, what's happening here? Zaina, I expected your office to look like that when we went in there. If you're the queen of Versace. Lady with Swords, thank you so much for the very generous super chat. She says, Whitney gets mad at Heather for not being there yet. Heather owns and runs her own business and is a single mom. That is true. We forget that too. They are both annoying and messy. Also, we barely got any Meredith other than that cringy moment with that husband. Good point. Which is probably okay. Because what else would she have given us? I agree. And I think that's why people are in a conundrum with the bad weather issue that we're having right now between Heather and Whitney. Because we can see both sides of it. Not all of us twerking on the fence right now. But no, like 1 minute, yeah, Whitney, you're exaggerating. Whitney, you're expecting too much. Like you're expecting Heather to defend you when Heather's like, I didn't hear Angie H say that at the basketball game conveniently. And like Angie H doesn't have any credibility either at this point. For me, she's a liar. And then we have Heather admitting, though, I have to say, in the last conversation that we saw with Heather and Whitney, she admits, I think I wrote it down too. She literally admits, first of all, she said that she didn't know that Justin was fired. And Whitney saying like, well, you didn't reach out to me when Justin was fired. She's like, do I think that Heather knew that Justin was fired? Yeah, I do think she did know. I think she did know. But she's like, you never told me. Has anyone, just look, sidebar, has anyone ever said something similar to you? Like, oh, this happened and you pretend like you didn't know, like you didn't see it on social media or you didn't see, you know what I mean? I have. I admit, I didn't see that. Because the thing is, if you didn't tell me, it's just fodder on social media. You know what I mean? But now you're confirming for me. And you're already in a bad place. So why would you reach out? But she says she didn't know. You never told me. All right. So we had that conversation that goes left very quickly. I don't know what's happening between Heather and Whitney. It's not making sense. I think the audience, you let me know. I'm a little confused. I'm really confused at what the real issue is between Heather and Whitney. Because right now, Whitney, I still feel like you're the one exaggerating things. I don't feel like this relationship has to be what it is. And also the fight between Heather and Lisa. Heather, I get it. You had a feeling about what Lisa was trying to do, save face with her text message. But to make this such a big deal for the season, it's weird. It's weird. Like, you're upset that she sent a text message after. It wasn't even after. And I know, look, should Lisa Barlow posted the obituary? It's public information. I mean, would I have done it? No. But you could basically said, your obituary literally says, well, Lisa Barlow does have some bad behavior on social media. We literally were just talking about how she tagged Angie H's husband's company. She has poor judgment. But am I going to drag out beef with her? You're already at the top of the season getting along with her. So now that's an issue? It's falling flat, y'all. I'm worried. I'm worried for you guys. Because we might be doing Thirsty Thursdays, and we won't be talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Replay crew, as always, I want to know your thoughts on all the shows that we're talking about. How are you feeling about the current season of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Are you feeling it? Should we nix it from our Thirsty Thursdays and just talk about all the other reality shows that are coming on? Sidebar, I did see the preview for that Love Without Borders. Not Bravo trying to get their own 90-Day Fiancé. Because, I mean, they would be smart. They took too long to do it. Because 90 Day Fiancé, no matter how we feel about it, and we have thoughts every Tuesday on it, that's a powerhouse for TLC. That's why they have so many spinoffs. I did see it, though. I'm going to watch it. Some of you were saying that I should watch Real Girlfriends of Paris. I'm still on the fence with that. I have so many other shows that I could be watching. I might watch an episode or two to see if I like it. Because I love Paris. All right. Yeah, K-Baby says, yeah, I'm kind of over this show. Oof, that's not good. That's not good. All right. Thank you so much, Shan, for the super chat. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Shan says, if you didn't call me and tell me personally, I ain't acknowledging it. Period. Dot. Okay, so I'm not the only person. And also, it could be just a rumor, and you don't know the details. And I honestly wouldn't want a friend that calls me every time that you see a rumor on social media about me. So one of my friends hit me up recently, sent me a screenshot of what someone said in our TikTok chat about, oh, Kempire dated my cousin. I was like, some people will just say anything. And I'm like, who? I haven't dated a lot of people. So who? I'm like, who? People will just say anything nowadays. So am I going to reach out to someone based off of what I've seen on social media unless they said it to me themselves? Probably not. But that conversation goes really quickly left between Whitney and Heather. But like I said, I literally tweeted this before we went live, that I feel as if Heather's aggression, why are we not talking about that? Because we literally saw it during the Arizona trip, and now we're seeing it again here. But I will give Heather this. She does admit to her wrongs in Arizona, and I feel like Whitney doesn't hear those moments. She admits that she did a lot of wrong things in Arizona, and I feel like she's like, why am I chasing Heather? And Heather's like, I don't want this to feel like you're chasing me. So this is where Whitney, I know you have a lot of opinions on Heather being a bad friend and being a draining friend. She doesn't come across as the draining friend. You come across as I couldn't be friends with Whitney Rose. She would drain the hell out of me. Like oh my gosh. I couldn't be her friend. She would be too much. What's Whitney Rose's sign? You guys will let me know in the chat. All right. Can we move on? Because I've already been talking for over an hour about a variety of shows. And I have to talk about Love is Blind. Love is Blind. Whitney just disliked the video. It's okay, Whitney. Thanks for watching. Look, let's talk about Love is Blind Season 3 on Netflix. They're not paying me, but they should. Okay. 7, thank you so much for the super chat. 7 says, no, don't act Salt Lake City. The 10 of us that are here for the live chat and Kiki moments. No, I won't nix it. I'm going to keep talking about it until the season ends, but it will be included in a mashup of our Thirsty Thursdays. And this is why I created Thirsty Thursdays. I was like, this is not enough for me to go live and talk about. All right. Thank you so much, 7, for the super chat. We appreciate you. Malasha, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Thank you so much for the super chat. Or Malaysia, maybe. She says, I feel like I can emphasize. I think you mean empathize? Emphasize with Lisa taking on a lot with helping her sisters navigate their divorces. I feel like the oldest tends to take on a lot. I do feel like that conversation when she's talking with her husband at, when she gets the Vida Tequila. I feel as if that was a very relatable moment. I do believe that is something that, because Lisa, no matter how you feel about her, she does have this very like boss energy. Like she takes control of everything. And when you have a large family with siblings, I do feel like certain siblings take on a lot more than others. And that will only happen if you allow it. That will only happen if you allow it. Whitney's a Libra. That means Whitney and I would probably get along. Really? That's why you have to see everyone else's birth chart. Okay? Let me say thank you, and then we're going to get into Love is Blind. Thank you so much for the super chat, Deja. Thank you so much for the super chat. Deja says, Cole and Zay would have never worked. She's too insecure and he's too immature. Their perception of the situations always seem to clash. Hence, the cutie scene. Zay needs to be held accountable too, not just Cole. Deja, thank you for the transition into Love is Blind, because I do have thoughts on this. And hear me out. Look, hear me out. We will get there. Mama Allie says, Kempire, are you an empath? I don't know. I'm starting to think that I am. I hope not. Look, let me put a little crystal near me. Let me put my crystals near me. Thank you for the super chat, Mama Allie, and thank you for moderating, guys. Don't forget to say hello to our moderators. We are live. We have over, oh my gosh, almost 1,100 people on YouTube alone. Quite a few people watching on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. We appreciate you watching there, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to like us on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Okay, at TheKempire on Twitter. Twitter is a hell basket, but you know. Let me just say thank you. Hold on. I missed the super chat. Hold on. Where did it go? Or did I read this? Hold on, y'all. I just want to make sure that I did not miss. Lady of Swords, I read your super chat, right? Okay, yeah, I did read that. All right. Let me just save this. And if you are a member of the channel, I'm going to drop the call-in link on the community tab right now. Live chat, I'll drop the call-in link in the live chat. Let's get to 600 likes. Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but other channels that talk about similar topics. If you are a Royal Court member, I am dropping the call-in link here. All right, let me just save, copy. All right. All right. And if you are a Team Kempire member, I'll be dropping the call-in link shortly on the community tab for you as well. All right. You guys in your sides and the don't claiming of it all. I love it. Latrice, thank you so much for the super chat. Latrice says, I don't watch the show. I'm just here for the entertainment. Thank you, Latrice. Kia, thank you so much for the super chat. Kia says, I'm a Libra and I don't claim Whitney. I don't get Libra energy from Whitney. That's why it's important to know someone's complete chart, because sometimes that energy is not the most powerful in their personality. Okay? All right. Oh, Sharon, almost forgot your super chat. Thank you, Sharon, for the super chat. Sharon says, retired from corrections. We call them offenders. Damn. Okay. All right. Did I get everyone? All right. Let's talk about Love is Blind. Love is Blind. Love is Blind. So I have to eat crow. If you missed our first recap of Love is Blind, we did a mashup of Love is Blind and Dubai Bling, part 1. This is part 2, where we're going to talk about Love is Blind season 3. I do have to eat a little crow because maybe Raven did love SK. Maybe. Look, maybe. I wasn't sure, guys. I really felt like it was a plot that Todd set up for the BS. I really did for a second there. But they're still dating. But I still believe that SK shouldn't have been on the show. But then if SK was on the show, they wouldn't have found their love after I was going to say love after lockup. No, love finally. But he shouldn't have been on the show. This is about people getting married, not getting boyfriend and girlfriends. I have to say, though, one of the things that SK said during the reunion about how the guys would come back, in the pods and do things that guys normally don't do and be emotional and talk about their feelings and things. I thought that was a powerful statement that he brought up. And he looked sharp. I like what he had on. Who looked a mess? Bartiz, what the hell were you wearing on you obviously have no friends. You have all this hair and you decide I'm going to pull it and put it a little ponytail. Okay, but backtracking. So for those that don't know, spoiler alert, Alexa and Brennan make it, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy that Alexa and Brennan made it. Come on. To me, they were, and I think they're going to be the Lauren and the other guy. I forgot his name already. I think they're going to make it. Why are we not talking about Alexa's dad? Alexa's dad was hot. Why are we not talking about that more? Or maybe you guys are talking about it and I just missed it. Her dad was hot. And I think Brennan is hot. I think they are a good-looking couple, and I think they're going to make it. And I love how Brennan was defending the women during this. Oh, what a mess. Look, what a mess. Let's talk about Matt and Colleen. So, not Matt. Matt and Colleen. They're probably the least interesting couple, but I do like that they fell in love and that, love is blind. Yes, we had that little awkward moment. We had that awkward moment between Colleen and Cole, and it was like a little bit of flirtation and say, in the real world, you are a guy I would go up to. And that showed a side of Matt that we were like, but they got over that and they said yes to each other at the altar. Yay! SK and Raven at the altar. I have to say this, her reaction, and it might be because she's so controlled, and that maybe that's what made me not get a good reading on her. And I was like, she's just doing this to be on television. But she was just so put together that I was just like, oh. But maybe she didn't want people to see her cry. Okay? But I respect SK making the decision because he knew that I'm going to be in California. Getting married is a big deal. But then again, I'm like, then you shouldn't have been on the show. Oh, SK and Raven. Okay. Bartise and Nancy. I don't know. I've been up and down with Bartise. I have to say though, Nancy really impressed me when we were learning more about Nancy and what she does to make money and her finances. I was like, wow, look at her. And then we look at Bartise. He's young. I mean, there is a level of maturity, but then his age. This is where age does make a difference. There is that level of like, oh yeah, I almost forgot that you're 20-something years old. I almost forgot that 20-something years old. And then he reminds you. So he decides, I mean, for me, the best part of Bartise and Nancy's wedding was when the family decided to get activated. When the family got involved, the brother said he already knew. Nancy's brother already knew. I thought they were going to fight. Anyone else? I thought that it was going to go down at the wedding. I was like, uh-oh. Love is Blind's turning into Jerry Springer. And the mom. And here's the thing. I get it. Nancy wanted to have this conversation. Nancy gave him way too much grace. She gave him way too much grace. Because it was sort of like, I think Bartise already knew. Of course, they're all going to say, I didn't know until we got to the altar. And that might be contractually a reason. But they all said, I didn't know until that very moment. No, you knew. We already saw the signs that he wasn't into Nancy. And the way that he would tell Nancy how he felt about after he saw Raven. It was just like, again, showing your age, showing a lack of maturity. And some might say, no, well, he's showing some honesty. He's being honest. This is how he felt. I didn't believe Bartise, though. I didn't believe Bartise. You can't. Can you believe a man will put his hair in a top knot and he barely got hair up there? That's like me growing a little hair right here and putting it in a top knot. What the? But when the brother and the mother got involved, to me, that was the most entertaining part of the finale. The mother was speaking those things. She's a catch. And Nancy is a catch. I didn't love Nancy's look for the reunion, but Nancy's a beautiful woman. She's smart. She's doing the damn thing. She's financially secure on her own. I was like, all right. Bartise, you're not as bad. Because if you saw originally when I posted the thumbnail, I had Bartise as a part of the thumbnail until I got to the end of this reunion. And the real demon seed, look. The real demon seed. And I know some people, this is highly debatable on social media right now. Some people believe that Zanab is the wrong one here. And some people believe that Cole is here. But I rewatched that last part again and again and again and again and again. Hold on. Wait, I got to send this picture because I need this picture. All the preparation I do, this is a picture I need up here, though. I need this picture up here so you guys can see these crocodile tears. So, according to Zay, in the beginning, I'll be honest with you, I was not feeling her. I was like, she's very insecure. She's being very immature with her. The way they played it out, it made it seem as if they would have a good moment, and then Zay would get insecure, and then she would not communicate. She would be passive aggressive until Zay at the wedding. And even at the wedding, I was like, damn, that was cold. She read him for filth in her vows. Or, well, not her vows, like her goodbye. She read him for filth. I was like, damn. And I was in my head when she said the things that she said in her statement. I was like, wait a minute. I felt like, oh, there's a lot more that happened that we did not see. Well, she explains all of that during the reunion. Okay? She explains all of it during the reunion. Hold on, let me just make sure I have this photo. Okay? Because I need to show you guys these crocodile tears in a second. Let me take a sip. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Thirsty Thursdays. Apparently, I'm real thirsty right now. In the live chat, I have asked you, in the Kempire Daily YouTube live chat, I have asked you guys, who deserves Kempire's Thirstiest Award today? And so far, with over 1,000 votes, damn, Robyn, they really not feeling you. They're saying that she deserves the Thirstiest Award. Just saying. Here's the thing. Okay, so back to Cole and Zay. So at the wedding, she reads him for filth, and I actually felt bad for him. I felt bad for him in that moment when all his friends came around him. I was like, damn, she didn't have to do him like that. That felt planned. She says that she didn't know up until that moment that was going to be her decision. But I was like, no. Not the way that you read him for filth. She read him for filth. Oh, someone says, Kim, what'd she say? I can't remember verbatim, but she dragged him in her, decision to not marry Cole. And part of me was like, damn, Zay, was he that bad? Well, come to the reunion. Come to the reunion of Love is Blind, season 3 reunion. You see these tears, these crocodile tears? I think they're crocodile tears, but everyone has a right to their opinion as long as you share it kindly, okay, and constructively. But here's my opinion on the Cole and Zay situation. So Zay, during the reunion, exposes all the things that Cole had been saying during the season about her body and about her eating. And she brings up a specific incident where she was eating the cuties, and she says that he made a comment about you. Do you really want to have another one? Here's the thing, and I know a lot of people probably only watched it once. I watched it 3 times. I was paying attention to her body language. I was paying attention to the things that she said, including her saying, he's like, oh, why did you just have a banana? She literally says that she didn't want to get further into it I forgot her exact words, but she basically was like, she was not going to say it on camera. But she does say it at the reunion. She does say at the reunion, he made a lot of comments about her body. He made a comment about him kissing another woman during the bachelor party. And because he knows that all we saw was the bachelor party of them just hanging out and there were no ladies there, she was like, you admitted this to me. I don't think that Zay is lying. I don't think that she's lying. She knew her story up, down, left, and right. I could tell she was not lying in that moment. You know who we could tell was lying? This one, Cole. Because he admits in his little moment, his manipulative gaslighting moment, gaslighting us so we can feel sorry for him. You know what we call that in our community. I'll let y'all figure it out. Crying, he admits multiple times when he starts crying. Like, did I write it down? Hold on. Did I write it down? Damn, I don't think I wrote it down. But he literally says, I never thought that I would say these things. Not that I never said those things. He said that originally. But at the end when he starts crying, he literally admits to saying things that he thought he never would say. That's what he said. Look, So he admitted it. But he also asked the producers, well, please play that scene. Please play that scene. So the producers at the end, when the reunion is done, they play that scene with Zay and Cole back at the apartment. But here's the thing. Pay attention to her body language. She literally has her hand around her waist. She says, there's a few things that she says in that moment. You're like, wait a minute. So I think that was just one example. Again, perception is real. Everyone views the situation differently. I viewed it multiple times. And I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I believe Zay, but that's my opinion. And do I think that he got a good edit? Yeah. Maybe some of the things that he did was too problematic and they didn't want to show it on the show. Because there was a reason why they didn't show it. So I don't think this one is that innocent. And I was with all of you in the beginning watching Love is Blind season 3. I was like, Zay, you're so insecure. You're so insecure. And she probably is insecure. And she attracted someone that would play on her insecurities and weaponize them. So excuse me if I don't have a woo, 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 Cole, and those tears. No, that was manipulative tears. Those were some manipulative tears. But your words told me otherwise, Cole. Because while you were crying, you were also admitting that you said some things that you thought you'd never say. Oh, so the things that she said that you said, but you denied earlier in the reunion? Just my opinion. Ooh. Nelly, where you been, girl? Nelly is motivated. She says, everyone felt bad for Cole, not me. He's a gaslighter and a manipulator. I saw right through it. And I was with everyone in the beginning. I was like, come on, Zay. Why are you being passive aggressive right now? But when she went to that reunion and she basically said everything he had been saying throughout the season, and she said, you're lucky that they decided not to include that stuff. Where are the producers? And even after she says that and they include that last scene, some of you still view it as, oh, that scene was nothing. Proves the point. Cole did nothing. He said nothing. No, pay attention to her body language. Why would she? You notice he's like, oh, so you're trying to get slim for the wedding? And then when she mentions why she didn't want to go further into why she hadn't eaten, she says she's forgiven him though. Rightfully so. Forgiveness is for yourself, Zay. Forgiveness is not for him. Look. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Thirsty Thursdays. It's brand new. Thirsty Thursdays here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on Facebook, The Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. What's going on Twitter? Guys, check out Twitter. You don't know what you're missing there. Okay, just saying. There are all kinds of conversations I'm having there that I don't have anywhere else. All right. We're also live behind the scenes on TikTok. Shout out to TikTok for being here. If you're part of the replay crew, as always, I want to know where you're watching from. Who do you think deserves the thirstiest of them all award? And your thoughts on Love is Blind, Dubai Bling, your thoughts on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Below Deck Adventure. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. All right, we're going to get to some callers because I've been talking a lot. I've been talking for an hour and a half, which is fine, I know some of you have to go because, you know, lunch, all right? But I wanted to talk about all of these shows. So far, Robyn is the winner of the third, like overwhelmingly with 68% of almost 1,100 votes. You guys say that Robyn deserves the thirstiest award. Oh, Robyn. Oh, Robyn. But congrats. All right. I'm going to drop the call-in link for the audience. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. Let's get to 600 likes. I'm dropping the call-in link. If you are a Team Kempire member, I've already dropped the call-in link on the community tab. I'm going to switch this out. Hold on. Let's do this. And let's put this up. Again, reminder to the callers. No profanity, short and sweet, and no derogatory comments. And we have a zero tolerance policy for those that do. You will not be allowed to call in anymore. All right. Let me say thank you. We got a couple of super chats. I want to say thank you. Hold on. Miss Esquire, thank you for the super chat. Miss Esquire says, she's not condescending anymore. She knows how to conjugate verbs and nouns. She reads in the King's English and they read in emojis. That's in regards to Dr. Wendy Estefo. Thank you so much for the super chat, Miss Esquire. Deja, thank you so much for the super chat. Deja says, what do producers gain from not showing his bad comments? They showed it for Bartiz multiple times. I mean, okay, it's almost obvious when you put Bartiz as the example. Just saying. In my opinion, Zay is overreaching with her interpretation, which is very possible. And like I said, Deja, you're not the only person that has these thoughts in regards to Zay. However, I've seen it multiple times with reality shows where editing makes a huge difference and where producers, maybe because of how bad of the things that he would do multiple times, they decided that's not the direction, that's not the story that they wanted to tell with each couple. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. But I get it. Deja, you're not alone. You're not alone. There are a lot of people that feel the way that you do. I just don't. All right. Let me get to some callers. All right, callers. Bear with me. All right, Gabriella, I'm going to bring you up first. Hold on. Hey, Gabriella. Bonjour.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it's evening.
Oh, my heart is breaking because Ibrahim, it's over for you and me and from everybody wants him. My heart is breaking. Too. For Cole, I just say one thing. When I see him with his bandana on his head, girl, it's a big red flag for any man on the world.
What? The bandana?
I say that to you. I'm in Paris. I will that. When you have this type of guy, I will tell you from my experience, never go, because they're always like that. Crying baby, cheating on you, and say derogatory thing about your body, always like that, because they want to be the man, the bro with the high girl every time.
I did not know a bandana was a red flag, but thank you.
Bandana. And I say, we have Lisa Barlow singing in Salt Lake City.
Oh, I didn't even talk about Lisa Barlow singing. It was okay.
Yes.
Don't give up your day job.
I just one thing. It's a 2-time. We have married it in a bathtub. 2 times.
Yeah.
And the first time it was cringe. The next season, and now, please, producer, just please spare us. Have a mercy for us.
Yeah.
Not third time, please, because I was really, really, really cringe. Give me nightmare, please.
Not nightmares. All right.
So everybody, love, and manifesting tomorrow. It's a 12/12.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, tomorrow's 11/11/22. That's a powerful number, and it's my half birthday. That mean, for those that don't know what a half birthday is, it's 6 months before your actual birthday. I know it's not a thing. I'm not expecting gifts. I'm also not expecting you guys to say happy birthday either. I'm just saying it's a powerful day, and it partly makes me wonder, like, wow, it's on 11/11, which has always been my number, and then the whole Scorpio, and I'm the product of 2 Scorpios. Ain't it kind of... All right, let me bring up Danielle. Hold on. What's going on, Danielle?
Hey there.
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself? So I'm calling in per your request.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, a couple of things. One, I can only go based off what the article says, because I feel like there are so many other questions and behind the scene things we don't know. But I have gone
in regards
to
that for those that are just joining us, in regards to Robyn Dixon's, people were laughing, but this is the truth. When I said the ex-husband, fiance, Juan Dixon, and the lawsuit that was brought, and he was named in the complaint. Go ahead.
So let's just stick with ex-husband, because we know there ain't no fiance.
Oh, damn.
So I have gone through this article with a fine-tooth comb. I have talked to, I told you my girlfriend is one of Juan's little side piece things. I got another
allegedly.
Well, based on what she said of her experience in his eggplant, I ain't going to allegedly, but allegedly, based on the fact that I'm just calling into your show and your platform. But here we go. So She said it was good though. The eggplant is good.
Okay,
there's
you know
that.
what? This is not what we
Okay.
called you.
I know this is not after dark. I'm sorry. So a couple of things. One, the article doesn't really reinforce that all of this started prior to 2020.
Yes.
At that time, the air quotations director / coach that's mentioned in the article, he was actually a student when he started this.
Yes.
He wasn't part of the faculty staff, but you know me, I'm quick to go to Google Schmoog and go to LinkedIn to see everything.
Mhm.
You go to his LinkedIn, this is the only job he's ever had. So how is it you graduate from college after being a pleasant player and go right to a director level position? Something's not right here. It doesn't make, and he's only director. He was the director of operations for the team. And in college world, that means a couple of things. One, he could have been in charge of getting the travel arrangements together. And remember, I told you last season, they had a forfeited game because they didn't have their uniforms.
Yes.
He was director of operations, supposed to be in charge of that. That was his team.
Damn, it's all coming back together. Wow. We never reported on that, but yes.
So here are a couple of things I took some notes of. Juan is not the only one who knew about this, because the AD, athletic director, who's over top of all sports, apparently he knew too.
Yes. Derek something.
Yes, Derek something. So when did they find out? Did they find out about the blackmailing when the young gentleman was still a player, a student on the team? And what did you do? And how did you find out? Was it on a bus ride back to campus after a game? Like, there's so many things that we don't know. It's like, and I'm sure the school is doing their investigation, and I will follow with that because I know a couple of directors who work at Coppin. So I'll see what I can find out and follow up with that. I'll actually send a couple of text messages when I hang up. But when the victim asked for an investigation, the school, aka Juan and the AD, terminated his housing and tuition assistance. So, and I say Juan and AD because for Juan to do it, he has to get permission from the AD.
Mm-hmm.
So if the school didn't know about that, that's grounds of termination right there. Because now, why did you all take this gentleman's financial assistance because he's reporting and asking for an investigation? Yeah. Like, did you all do that to shut him up? So that's the HR side of it. Like, you all did something conniving, trying to keep this out of the news of everyone or out of the ear of everyone. And you all still did him wrong because basically you blackmailed him by basically wanting him to shut up, or else we're going to take your housing and tuition assistance. So that's wrong. That's wrong. And then also the article states about the heavy drug usage.
Yeah. Here's
another little key piece. I have an air quotations nephew who was playing on the team at this time. I know for a fact that he was heavily into weed. Heavy. And here's where all that goes wrong, and Juan should know better. Juan comes from the basketball team of University of Maryland. For us people my age and older, let's go back to the 80s. Even though I wasn't young enough in the 80s to witness this, I do know the story in the articles. Len Bias, University of Maryland, overdosed on cocaine when he was supposed to go play for the Celtics. Juan should know better. If your team is on weed, what comes after weed is something harder. So if you know your boys, and so here's why this is going to go so many ways, and he's going to be terminated. Because of this article, parents aren't going to trust Juan to take their kids on scholarship or not. So at this point, you can't build your program because parents aren't going to trust you with their kids. Because not only do you have drugs on your team, but you also have sexual assaults on your team, and you're not doing anything about it. So why would I trust my kid and their athletic abilities with you? How are you going to build your program? So kids are going to start leaving that basketball program. Yeah. And what's going to happen then? They're going to terminate him because they're not a winning team to begin with. They're not.
I know, but it's when you say it, it's just like, damn.
It's not a winning team to begin with. So and I'm sure the university is doing their let me just say this. I hope they're doing their due diligence and doing a thorough investigation.
Well, now all the media is reporting on it, so they're forced to.
They're forced to because the lawsuit was just filed last week. So that means, taking into consideration the gentleman, the one who was being assaulted, he recently graduated within the last year and a half. So for him to just file last week, that means it's still digging in his heart, his brain, and everything else that he's experienced.
Yeah, he in the complaint, he talked about, thoughts of
wanting to, outing himself. Yes. Yeah. And that's serious. Again, another reason why a parent is not going to trust their kid with Juan Dixon. Like, come on, dude, you know better.
Yeah. Damn.
So it's not looking good for him. Like everyone said, Robyn, don't sign definitely get a prenup, Robyn. But we know y'all not gonna get married, and I hate to say that, but it is what it is. And we can see why Juan isn't ever on camera because he's at campus. If not at campus, he probably got a little hideaway apartment around the corner or something for his little side pieces.
You know,
Allegedly,
goodbye.
allegedly. Bye.
Thank you so much, Danielle. Look, and if you are an HR professional, I love hearing your thoughts as well. I mean, Danielle dropped a lot of tea, though, in between. Damn, I wasn't expecting all that tea. But that's, I told you guys, the DMV, y'all watch and go hard. Y'all tell me a lot of stuff. Not just Danielle. The DMV, a lot of y'all. oh, Robyn. Oh, Juan. Damn. All right. Let me get to some more callers, guys. Let me just say, and I apologize, callers. I know some of you have been waiting a long time to come up here. Let me just say, Doreen, thank you so much for the super chat. Doreen says, just want to say hello. Love the show. Thank you, Doreen. Appreciate that. All right. Let me bring up, hold on. And guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. This is our Thirsty Thursdays, where we cover a variety of reality TV and reality TV news. I'm going to bring up V next. Hold on. What's going on, V? V, are you there? I can't hear you, V. Uh-oh. V, drop out and call back in. All right. El Michelle, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, El Michelle?
Hey, how you doing, Kempire?
Oh, well, how are you? Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry, it keeps kicking me out, but hopefully it will keep me in. So, as far as the student or the person that is involved in the lawsuit that Juan is named in, I know you said he was a student. I just remember when I was in college, we had student coaches, which were almost like interns, where they might have been like getting their master's degree in like physical education and a master's in sports management or something like that, and they still work in the university. Like they went from being a student to a coach. And then also it's interesting because I feel like Juan is so nonchalant when he's just on camera with Robyn. And so nonchalant, like he doesn't care. Things like kind of like he lets it like kind of like wash off his back. And I feel like this is one of those things. Like it probably came across his desk, and he just
didn't take it seriously.
Didn't take it seriously. And I feel like it's very interesting that they are left in like he has like people's children in his care, and he just doesn't care. And I feel like it's very interesting that Robyn is that same way. It's just like you want other people to bring their kids to your event. When you're not even along with them.
Not you bringing it back around.
Yeah. As far as Salt Lake City, I wish I could get into Salt Lake City, but I just feel like I'm not the core demographic that they want for that show. I don't know what they can do. I really feel like it should go away and maybe come back. I don't know who they can pick up from that area. But regarding our new show on Thursdays, Thirsty Thursdays, my question to you is, will you be adding Buying Beverly Hills? Because I feel like there's a lot of thirsty people on that show.
All right. Well, a lot of you have been asking me if I was going to cover it. I was on the fence, but a lot of you said Mauricio is not really on it a lot. If anything, he's made out to be like the villain almost on it. Yeah. So I probably will get into it before next Thursday, and then we can talk about it next Thursday.
I see. Okay. Well, the way you talk about Bling Dubai, I don't think I'm going to watch it. But I will say, but I appreciate these events or these showings because it kind of tells me what I should be watching, what I shouldn't be watching, or if just watching you is a better option.
Thank you so much, El Michelle. We appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You too. Bye. All right, let me see if I can try V again. Let's see if we can get V. V, are you there? V. All right, I'm gonna drop you down. V, I'm sorry we weren't able to get to you, but that's okay. Final thoughts. Let me just put my final thoughts up, y'all. Thirsty Thursdays. Replay crew, you let me know. Should I get into Buying Beverly Hills? I've been on the fence because of you know why. But maybe the audience is like, no, we should watch it and talk about it. Let's continue this conversation. I want to know your reaction to Dubai Bling. I want to know your reaction to Love is Blind, the finale, and the reunion. I want to know your reaction to the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And I want to know your reaction to Buy My House. That's another show that's on Netflix. Guys, let's continue this conversation in the comment section. I will see you at 2:30 in 10 minutes on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, that is our podcast channel. You can also check out past interviews that I've done with some of your favorite celebrities, including people like Brandy, Music Soul Child, Danny DeCane, and TV icon Oprah Winfrey. So be sure to check that out at 2:30 on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. Subscribe there if you haven't subscribed already. We're going to be talking all things that we don't necessarily talk about anywhere else. I'm talking more about BravoCon and things that I didn't talk about when we talked about BravoCon. Some tea I didn't drop. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. And live chat, we have almost 1,000 people in the building. Can we get to 700 likes? Liking the videos, an easy and free way of supporting not just my channel, but also other channels like yours. So be sure to like the video if you haven't already. Let me just say thank you to Kiana. Kiana, thank you so much for the super chat. Kiana says, when are these ladies going to learn that karma is a B? Talked about everyone's husband. Now look at Robyn's husband, ex-husband. Not husband, ex-husband. Ex-husband, fiance. Thank you, Kiana. Thank you for the super chat. All right, y'all. Let's get out of here. And I'm going to play the song that I started with the show. This song is by Azteca X. It's called Pickup Dreams. Like the video, guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that liked the video already. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. And most of all, thank you to our moderators. We couldn't do it without them. So thank them, y'all. Let's get out of here.
Say, feel that bass. We gon' shake up this place. Say, pick up that pace. Yeah, we got no time to waste. Everybody say, feel that bass. Yeah, we gon' shake up this place. Pick up that pace. Yeah, we got no time to waste. Say, dreams to chase. Yeah, we ain't losing this race. Say, we got faith. We know what it's gonna take. Ain't nobody gotta do for me what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Yeah, stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, ain't nobody gotta do for me. Yep, what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Say what? Stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, I said. Stay is true to me. Yep, stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, ain't nobody gotta do for me. Yep, what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Yep, stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, I said feel that bass.